Cremona in northern Italy is the birthplace of the modern violin, and with the circuit being a new addition to the 2024 World Superbike calendar, all the riders will be hoping to be fine-tuned and in perfect harmony with their bikes this weekend. There are many new faces riding here in Italy. Marcus Reiterberger is stepping in for an injured Toprak, as well as Nicola Canepa and Marvin Fritz all making appearances due to rider injury. But they're not the only ones. Reigning British Superbike champion Tommy Bridewell is making a wildcard appearance this weekend in Cremona, and he'll be hopping on board his Honda Fireblade, which has been modified to comply with World Superbike regulations. I caught up with the Wiltshire-based rider after race 1 to see how he was getting on in his first World Superbike weekend since 2019. Tommy, it is an absolute pleasure to come and talk with you today. Big fan, of course.
Thank you.
How are you? How was your weekend going in Cremona so far?
Yeah, it was not too bad, thank you. Yeah, no, it's all right. It's been what's the word? Harder than anticipated. But honestly, I think it's because we can see where we are perhaps losing our time. But you know, we're just doing our job. We're focusing on what is important, and that's the whole purpose of us being here, just to generate data for Honda and yeah, just analyse everything in front of us.
Yesterday, the first practice session was declared wet, and you were one of the only people, one of about 10 riders perhaps, that went out running. To gather data, and how has that helped Honda this weekend in terms of having wet and dry running time? Obviously today's glorious sunshine.
Yeah, honestly, we knew the weekend was going to be dry, so there was an element of that session not that beneficial, but no matter what, riding in the wet or the dry is good for any information you can generate. I'm sure Honda will analyse everything from it, but I feel confident in the wet. The bike works well as well in the wet. So yeah, any information you can generate is always a bonus.
This Honda you're riding this weekend, you're back with the 46 number, which is lovely to see.
Yeah.
And I understand it's your BSB bike just modified to be compliant with World Superbikes.
Correct.
How are the two different in your rides with the feel of the bike? How are they different when riding?
Well, quite a lot, to be honest. Probably a lot more than I thought. Because to be fair, it is my chassis, it's my engine. Like you say, it's the only thing different is the fuel tank and the electronics to make it compliant with the rules. And it's probably been harder to get our head around than probably we thought, but like I say, with the team and everyone involved, they've dug deep in. I feel okay on the bike. The race then was good for us to again just get a good stint of laps under our belt, and yeah, just got to keep analysing.
Let's go back a little bit to last year.
Yeah.
Obviously, you clinched that title in a very thrilling race at Brands Hatch. You are no stranger to World Superbikes. You have ridden here 2008, 2019. How is the Tommy different now compared to 5 years ago? With that championship under your belt, has that helped you in preparation for this weekend?
I know what, as a rider, I am capable of. I knew, you know, back in 19 when I was here on the Ducati, maybe the transition was slightly easier if I'm going to be truthful, but the reason I'm here is very different than anything else, bar, you know, just to get data, get information, develop, and so on. So I'm not here to, sounds bad to say, I'm not here to try and fight for podiums or anything. You know, we are very realistic. These guys are phenomenally fast. And honestly, it's nice to see Honda as a manufacturer making some really good inroads. You know, it's good to be part of it, part of the process, and hopefully, like I say, all the information and data we are generating will make a step for them as well.
You're here to support Honda in their feat in World Superbikes.
Yeah.
Last year you were with TBM.
Yeah.
This year you're with Honda Racing UK.
Yeah.
How have you found your first season in BSB to be with Honda Racing?
Good. The transition has been a lot better, I think, than a lot of people ever anticipated, probably even myself. I always believed in myself. I believed in Honda and HRC, and I believed in the bike. So the project I knew was always going to would come good. I just didn't know when and how long it would take. We hit the ground fairly strong straight out the crate in Navarra. The transition from Ducati over to the Honda was quite seamless really. and yeah, I've just continued that. I've continued that momentum, and just enjoyed the process. I've enjoyed keeping the doubters quiet. Everyone, like I say, said I wasn't going to do anything, and I think we proved a lot wrong. And yeah, and that's why I'm here at World Superbikes, because what I've been doing in the UK is showed Honda that I'm a strong asset to the manufacturer, and yeah, it's good for me.
Looking forward to tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Obviously, you finished strongly, I would say, in this race, considering
Yes,
your
yeah.
bike and everything surrounding it. Any aspirations for tomorrow's race? Any targets you've got set in your mind?
I'm pushing Honda to see if we can maybe make some changes for tomorrow. We're just losing, honestly, in a straight line is probably quite the biggest area, and driving off the corner. But we knew that would be the case. We are down on power, we're down on horsepower, and sometimes there's just no substitute for that. So no target, no aspirations, no just to enjoy it, enjoy the process, and keep working hard.
Finally, I've got to ask. Obviously, this morning you spoke about Ryan Vickers getting a ride here next year. Is that something you are aiming for potentially in the future, or are you very content with British Superbikes, even though you've been in that series for quite some years now?
Yeah, the industry of motorsport, the industry of motorbike racing at the moment has changed. Sadly, it seems that if you want to get somewhere on merit, is a little bit harder now, within reason. And I'm not in a position, nor would I want to be in a position, to just go to a team and say, right, I'm going to bring X amount of sponsorship money to ride for you. Fortunate for me, I've proven myself over the years that with Honda, I'm in a position that it's quite the opposite, if I'm honest. Unless Honda requested me to come to World Superbikes and do events, then 100% I will be here. But I'm working hard and close with Honda UK. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, and because of that, I'm in a great position. I'm in a position that I never thought I would, be in my career, and I can't be disappointed. Like I say, I'm not in a position that I would ever want to, or would I ever remotely entertain bringing an astronomical amount of money to a team, just to, I don't know what for, but yeah, it's each to their own.
Well, thank you very much for your time today. Best of luck tomorrow and for the rest of the BSB season. And hopefully you can get that second championship under your belt.
Pleasure.